In this video, we're going to show you how to replace your inner tie rod on the driver's side of your Ford Explorer. The process for this is the same as the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead and use our pry tool and pop off our center cap here. Using our 19mm socket, we're going to loosen and remove the lug nuts. Here, remove the wheel and set it aside. We're going to remove our cotter pin out of our lower ball joint here. What we're trying to do is move the little tabs on the cotter pin into position so we can go ahead and pull this out. Take some cutters. We want to grab the front side here. Try and work this out. Use our pick here to try and get inside the loop and work that cotter pin out like so. Let's see if we can pinch and pull this out. Using our 22mm socket, we're going to go ahead and remove this nut. Now that we have the nut off, I'm going to use a hammer and I'm going to strike the front side of the knuckle while applying upward pressure to release this. I'm going to push that back into place. We're going to go ahead and loosen our jam nut. Something like this you want to soak with some rust penetrant. And grab the inner tie rod here. Secure this and just work this nut back and forth. You can release that. I'm going to pop the tie rod out. I want to go ahead and spin this off of our inner tie rod. We're going to count the amount of revolutions it takes to unscrew it off of the inner tie rod. Roughly 22 times. I'm going to use a crayon and I'm going to mark that. So remember how many times it takes to thread that on. Just got to remove the jam nut. It's a 22mm, I'll zip that right off. And remove the clamp here for your inner tie rod boot. Use a pair of pliers. Grab those tabs, slide that off. Now on the other wheel, I'm going to go ahead and turn that all the way one way. On the inside, there is a band clamp holding our boot to our rack. So we want to go ahead and get in there and pop that band off. That band is a one-time use, so we're going to destroy it taking it off. Then I'm going to use a punch on the back side and try and work that band off of the boot. Want to be careful not to damage the boot itself. Now that we have that off, we can go ahead and slide this off like so. Now this is the band that we had to remove. Let's go ahead and slide that off. We're going to discard that band and clean up our boot. We're going to reuse this. We want to go ahead and remove our inner tie rod off of our rack here. Once you break that free, going to go ahead and spin that out. We're just packing some grease into the ball and socket on the new tie rod. Though it did come with some in it, it's always good to have that extra in there for longevity. Let's go ahead and install it. Go ahead and install the unit by simply threading that in clockwise. I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down. You can use your inner tie rod tool or these pliers here. And make sure that's nice and tight. Now we're going to take our wire tie here and we're going to put it on here first. Take up a little bit of that slack just to lock it into place. The reason why we're doing this now is that once we push this on and our vent tube is in, we won't be able to get the clamp or the band all the way down and pop it over because we'll now have the tube there. I'm going to position that so we can go ahead and tighten that down. Let's go ahead and slide this into place. Twist the boot so that the vent port lines up with that tube. And we're going to use a plastic trim tool here to go ahead and push the boot onto the rack itself. We don't want to puncture that boot. Put that in place. We'll install that vent into the boot. Okay. Want to make sure that our boot is on all the way. Now what we're going to do is use a pair of long needle nose pliers. We're going to tighten up that band. And then we'll go ahead and snip off the excess. There we go. Let's go and install our clamp here. Good thread on our jam nut. Apply some anti-seize compound to the threads. Spin on your outer tie rod, 22 turns. that jam nut into position. Going to turn the other wheel to bring that in a little bit. Install this into your knuckle and install the nut. Let's tighten down our jam nut. Torque our calcium nut to 65 foot-pounds. I want to pay attention to the port here for the cotter pin. I want to make sure we can see through this. There should be a notch in the cotter pin or in the castle nut for our cotter pin to go through. Now, if you can't get the cotter pin into the ball joint here because the nut is not lined up enough with that notch, you simply want to tighten it to the point where there is your first availability of that notch there. Never want to loosen this nut after it's been torqued. I'm going to feed this through. I'm going to put it through the other way so you can see it coming through here. I'm going to take my cutters here, grab the long tab, bend that down, tap it up, snip off the excess, and snip off the excess here. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle. Go ahead and install your wheel. I'm going to install our lug nuts. Once we have all these on, we're going to go ahead and snug those down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.